Damn, see what's on this motherfucking TV, man.
I'm sorry.
Motherfucking cable off. Shit, I'm making. Hey, bring me something to drink. Yeah, the motherfucking crazy horse to do. That'll work. Damn, shit on this motherfucker. Oh shit, what the fuck is this?
Good evening and welcome to Our Take on the Breaks, a weekly hip-hop podcast hosted by myself, T. Vance, BK, Short, and Brian Hatch. We will discuss our own points of view about the topic of hip-hop and the music that helped to develop a culture that is celebrated worldwide. How's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. So, tonight's topic, how did you get into rap? So yeah, each week we're going to kind of go through some various topic points, and then certain weeks we're going to discuss artist highlights, discussing certain artists, the albums, and the impact that they had on culture and music and just life in general. Brian Hatch, how did you first get into rap music?
Well, I grew up down the street from you. And we used to play basketball outside every day in somebody's driveway, and you can't really listen to classic rock while you're playing basketball outside. So we used to listen to rap, and I don't remember which album was first. I don't remember. I can't remember. I can't recall. I mean, I know which albums I had when I was in 8th grade or before 8th grade,
okay.
But.
So you don't recall like listening to rap prior to me coming down and playing basketball with you?
No. I didn't listen to rap until like 6th grade.
Okay. Because of me, or you started hearing it on the radio? I mean, you had cable, so you had more access to it.
We had MTV and rap was on.
Okay.
I mean, there were videos on what was that Daily Show that was on?
Yo MTV Raps?
No, well, yeah, I mean, there was that, but, there was just sort of an era there where I started listening to it more. Or actually buying albums, I guess, constitutes actually listening and not just like, oh, I heard that song on MTV.
Okay.
So you don't... But I think I did one of those BMP, get like 10 CDs for the price of one.
Yes.
Deals.
Yes.
Those are great.
And in that, which would have been, I think 6th grade, I got Snoop Dogg's first solo album. Was Doggy Style?
Doggy Style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that was probably my first one that I had.
Okay. And that was before me really coming and hanging out down on Lee Street to kind of.
Well, you were coming, but I wasn't the one who bought the Chronic, so I bought Doggy Style because I had heard. I think Snoop Dogg was my first. The first person to listen to the whole album would have been that one.
All right. Anything else you recall as far as like being introduced to by anybody else, or even by me, or just stuff we listened to on the street?
Yeah, well, I mean, that story is just, you used to come down and bring new music down all the time. I mean, rap music I had never heard, or groups I'd never heard of. And so you used to come down and pop in a tape, and then we'd listen to that. And then we'd all pass around our CDs and record who had what.
I was huge on that. I kind of talk about that when I get to my subject of it, but I was huge on that, like not buying stuff that I knew other people would buy because I wanted to be able to hear as much as I could hear. So if I knew you were getting, for example, Snoop Dogg Doggy Style, I'm not buying that because I can get a blank tape for $1 and dub that off you.
Yeah.
And I can spend my other money on something else that I know nobody is going to buy.
That was the way to do it back then.
Yeah, because we didn't have Napster and YouTube and things like that, so it was just pass-arounds. other than hearing stuff on the radio, or for me, I didn't have cable, so I didn't have the access to MTV like other people did, unless I like went over to somebody's house. And most of the time, if I went over to somebody's house, we didn't really go inside and watch TV. So I really didn't get a lot of my exposure from MTV. A little bit here and there, but not much.
Yeah, and that's probably why I had Doggy Style versus something else, is because he, between What's My Name, what's the one where he's just on there for a second with Dre? Or no, goodness gracious.
On Doggy Style?
Yeah. There's What's My Name, what's the other, well, there's plenty of tracks off there.
I know. The only other singles I could think of was...
But there were... Snoop Dogg had videos back then, and so, yeah, like, after school, like, because I'm a couple years younger than you, and so, like, people I was hanging around with at that time used to watch a lot of the MTV Countdown show. So it was artists like Snoop Dogg that would be on, like, the general Countdown show back then. It wasn't like now where hip-hop is as big as it is, and it's all of the top 10 tracks. It was like Snoop Dogg and then The Offspring.
Oh, yeah.
Like on those shows, that's what it was, like The Offspring.
Yeah, it was just a random mix of. It definitely was. Now it's really more poppy stuff. Even the rap that's on there, a lot of it, or is just like bubblegum shit. Iggy Azalea, and just, in my opinion, just a lot of garbage.
Are you saying on the radio or on MTV?
Really, both.
'Cause I haven't seen music on MTV in probably 10 years.
If you tune into MTV too, they mostly play videos on that. Yeah, MTV. I don't. Maybe late at night or early in the morning.
I haven't seen anything on there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's like 16 and Pregnant and
exactly. It's all reality
shows
TV
like that
now. So things have changed. No, back in the day, it was just it was videos all day long.
Yeah.
So now times have definitely changed. And now you're actually almost, what's funny is you have this ease of access to all this music, but it's almost overwhelming because it's too much.
Everybody wants to be a rapper. They're a rapper now too.
Exactly. So anybody could load something up on YouTube or whatever source they're using to stream their media. So I mean, it's out there, but it's almost just this overload.
Yeah.
So, yeah, times have definitely changed. It's very interesting, the ease of access compared to the way we had it.
Well, I think now, too, you have to do a little more digging now to find the good music, where back then, it was like you got it shoved down your face, but the stuff that you got was so mainstream that everybody was hearing it. Now it's like, yeah, you get this mainstream stuff that most of it's just horrible. And then if you do a little digging, you can even find some of the vets that are still coming out with stuff that people are like, oh, what happened to them?
Yeah.
And they're still coming out with solid music, but you got to look for it a little bit more than before.
Yeah, and there's almost there's just almost too much out there where you just have to do an extra amount of digging. So which is funny because everything's right there at the palm of your hands. You have easy access to everything nowadays, but it was almost just easier back then because there wasn't an overload of stuff, even though back then you had to find friends that bought something different, or you actually had to go physically get in your car, drive 20-30 minutes, especially for us, to a different town to go to a CD store, a record store, and then dig through this, the sections. So, that was when I loved that. I miss it. I still go to.
So that was it. You just tricked us down.
Yeah.
I just what?
I was saying you tricked us back then into liking rap music, so that way you could have other people who would buy albums too. So it wasn't just you.
I can't create your taste of music. So.
Well, you put it in front of me, and then I started listening to it and buying a shitload of CDs. So.
You found a good genre, my friend.
I did, and I don't know that I will find it again.
Do you remember when you joined BMG?
Yes, I do.
What you bought?
On that load, well, there was Doggy Style. There was it Ozzy's Greatest Hits or Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits? I don't know. It was one of those two. Damn, there's another rap CD, but I ended up getting rid of all my CDs, so I don't.
Shame on you.
Yeah, you got to keep those.
No.
I recorded them all. And then to save space, I was like, I don't really need these CDs. I still have them. I don't have the cases anymore.
Yeah.
But I just have the actual CD. But I haven't actually used one. But I have a stack of your CDs that you gave me.
Yeah.
Still, I have those Beatnut CDs.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the beat nuts.
Yeah. No, I don't. Most of my CDs are sitting. Actually, I'm in the basement right now, recording this, and across the room there's crates of CDs that are over there, and I have everything too backed up on hard drives, so I rarely break out CDs unless my car that I drive I actually have to make CDs to listen to it. I don't have the courtesy of having an MP3 player.
I mean, really, I now that I think about it, because I was buying before I bought that BMG Endeavor was the first time I was buying CDs, but I was buying cassette singles, and so there was a point at which there was hip hop music that was being played that I bought, but then there was rap music, and the rap stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Skee-Lo, I wish I was a little bit taller. I had that single on tape, and then one day went, what the hell am I listening to? But I also bought, the single from Friday, Keep Their Heads Ringing by Dre, on a single tape at that time, too.
I always kind of veered away from the singles because I felt like they were like $3-4, and I felt like just for another couple dollars, you get that many more songs.
Get the whole album.
Yeah, if it was like $9.99 usually for like a cassette tape, and like singles, it always seemed like they were like $3.99, and you'd only come off with like 2 songs. Sometimes 2 songs, but then there might be like the instrumental version of that and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I always liked about the other side of the single is there was like a weird instrumental version of every song on there.
Yeah, there might be.
Now I kind of wish they kind of had the singles now, because sometimes you buy an album now and it's like, oh wow, I just listened to 2 good songs out of 15, and I just spent $15 on an album, that's pretty much garbage all the way through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fortunately nowadays too, you can also go onto YouTube, listen to it before you buy it, and be like, all right.
True.
And also too, with things like iTunes, you don't even have to buy the whole album. You can actually just choose which songs you want. So, which is nice, but at the same point, I think it's almost kind of destroyed music in the sense that I don't think artists nowadays focus on making a solid full-length album.
Yeah, that's one of the things that for me when I listen to hip hop, like even actually any kind of music, I like to still go and buy an actual physical CD because I like to look at the book. I like to see who produced. I like to see what went into the actual CD. Because there's so much more into it when you look into a book and see who was on it, what samples they use and things like that. So I do that a lot. I mean, there's still, I'll go into a CD store. Obviously there's not many of those left, but I'll go into a store and look through at different records, and a lot of the albums that I see are things that I didn't even know was out, and I'll just kind of get it just because of that. Yeah. It's something that's different,
No, that's what I used to do when I would get an album, I would just study the album liner. And actually that's how I got a lot of my inspiration I would look at their thank yous, and a lot of the real good hip hop artists would thank like other groups in their things. So that's how I learned about groups like the Beatnuts and things. I'd see somebody thank them and I'm like, I never heard of the Beatnuts. Who's that? Because they didn't get radio play around where we live, so yeah. And then I knew nobody had it, so those were the type of albums I would go out and buy, and it would usually be because of the album.
We should probably tell if anybody is listening or going to be listening that all 3 of us came from the same small country town.
Yes.
Where our type of music, hip hop music, was obviously not really a big thing growing up and out in that area, and so for us to really be into the culture and to be into the music was kind of odd, and kind of one of the reasons that me and you, T-Vance, started talking and stuff like that. And it's funny because when I remember being in that area in this small country town and seeing all these different people listening to country music and rock and roll and stuff like that, and I was so into hip hop at that time, and just thinking, man, like I'm not going to find anybody in this area that really enjoys the music that I like, and there it was. I didn't hardly met anyone that really liked rap music. So that's just a little side blurb about where we came from.
Yeah. No, it's I felt the same way as well. Like I ran into people that liked it, but most people it was just like it was a fad. They listened to a little bit of it and then they moved on. They didn't really get into it. So yeah, meeting somebody like you as well, it was just like, oh wow, somebody has the same interest in me as me and likes is into rap and hip hop culture.
I think I started probably listening to it as a fad because I would hear general, like Snoop Dogg had Big Play on MTV back then.
Yeah.
And this isn't even Yo MTV Raps. This was just the general, into the pop culture of MTV. So I would listen to stuff like the popular rap music at the time, and it wasn't until we started playing basketball in the driveway and Vance, you would bring down tapes and stuff that I started getting to hear other, like, wait, what is this? What is this? And then I got to a point in my head where I was like, I'm gonna start buying CDs to impress T Vance. Because you both are clearly bigger hip hop fans than I am. I enjoy the music and I enjoy that era. And for the life of me, I couldn't find a new artist these days at all. I have no idea how to find a new artist because the ways I used to go about doing that was through other people, and I'm not around other people.
Yeah.
And I don't. Now we will, hopefully, because it's podcast. I will learn about new artists and stuff like that, but
and even older artists with
that's the other thing too. With those crates of CDs you have across from you. When I moved out here, you sent me on my way with Slick Rick and the Beatnuts, and I love that Slick Rick album you gave me.
The Art of Storytelling.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
One of the best.
That is a good one.
But what's Short's story? I feel like I talked a lot there.
No, it's all right.
How did I get into hip hop? I've been listening to rap music for over 30 years now, which is kind of crazy because that kind of tells you my age. But I started listening to rap music back when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I kind of stumbled upon it because I have an older brother who's 8 years older than me, and when I was a young kid, I would try to sneak into my brother's room to hang out with him, and he would always kick me out of the room and tell me I couldn't hang out with him and stuff. So when my brother was away at school and I was at home, I would sneak into his room and go through his records and his tapes and whatnot. And I can vividly remember the first time I ever listened to a hip-hop album, and it was around 1986, 1987, around there. So I was probably about 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. And I had picked out the CD from 2 Live Crew. And as many of the people know, 2 Live Crew is probably as raw as you get when it comes to some of their lyrical content. And the first album was 2 Live Crew Is What We Are, was the first one I listened to, and it had some of the hits like We Want Some Pussy, Cutting It Up, Throw the D, so that was like straight up Miami bass, just crazy music for me. And I remember putting the tape in and hearing this, like, first of all, like, the rhyme was what really attracted me. I was just like, man, what are they doing, And I grew up in, like, listening to Motown music and Michael Jackson and a lot of that kind of stuff, and so this was kind of similar to me as far as having soul to it, something that was different, and I had so much exposure to rock and roll and to oldies from my dad and stuff. So when I had started listening to that, I was just like, oh my God, I love this, so I would do this all the time. I'd go in my brother's room and when he didn't know, and I remember for the 2 big albums that I remember actually listening to, like, all the way through, was the 2 Live Crew album, and then also Biz Markie was the first, like, album that I remember I was, like, remembering lyrics when I was listening to it. And it was the one called Going Off, and there was this one song called The Vapors on it. And to this day, that is one of my favorite songs. And I remember listening to that song and, like, really hearing how he rapped and stuff. And Biz Markie is not a lyricist by any means,
no.
but it was something about his personality that came out in his lyrics that really made me go, man, this guy's hilarious, And, like, at that time, being a young kid, I was, I guess, a little bit different because I was kind of a joker, class clown type of kid. I was always wearing funny clothes and whatnot. And that kind of surrounded me with it and was like, man, this is what this is, you know. And then when I was listening to his music, I started hearing him beatbox, and I thought it was just amazing that he, you know, would make these noises or whatever with his mouth. And what really kind of grabbed a hold of me with hip hop, other than listening to the music like that and getting caught by my brother, because he was really angry that I was going through his tapes and listening to his music. But after I had heard these couple of CDs or whatnot, what really kind of just grabbed a hold of me, I was walking down the street one day. I lived in Allen Park, Michigan, which is a little bit outside of Detroit. And I was walking down the street, and there was a kid sitting on his front porch. His name was Bobby Splann. And I walked past, and I looked over at him, and he was making these sounds with his mouth. He was beatboxing. And I just thought it was amazing. So I walked up to him, and it was, you know, I kind of felt like I was going up to Mr. Miyagi, you know, like for me, because I wanted to learn what he was doing, you know. And he kind of showed me, you know, what I had to do to learn how to do it or whatnot. And so I started practicing every day. I'd like sit there and practice the beatbox and try to figure out how to do it. And then eventually I ended up kind of surpassing him, and I would come back down to his house, and he was older than me. He was probably, you know, 7, 8 years older than me. And I'd come down, and we'd beatbox together, and I'd be able to do things that he couldn't do. And that's really what kind of got me into it. And I just started just diving into it. I was listening to the Beastie Boys and, you know, LL Cool J and the Fat Boys and just all that, you know, 80s rap music that was amazing, you know, back then. And then, you know, my love for hip hop just kind of continued over the years, and, you know, still to this day. But like I was saying earlier, now it's, I still love it so much, but now you have to dig a little bit more, and there's still so many people out there that are great, but you know, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of saturating the airways. That's someone comes out with a hook, and the rest of it sucks, you know. So yeah, that's a little bit about how I got into it. What about you,
That's
Steve?
a good, solid backstory.
It is.
Mine, I was just like, well, the neighbors were listening to it, so I listened to it.
But we're talking 30 years compared to, I mean, you know, that's a long time listening to it. So
yeah. Whereas Hatch got introduced to it mostly probably early 90s. You know, we had a good.
Yeah. Well, mine became like I started wanting to listen to more to impress the other guys outside. Like, hey guys, guess what CD I got? And so that's how mine started, because it kept people from throwing rocks at my house.
I remember.
We had some rough neighborhood days, and so, but if we could just sit and play basketball and listen to rap music, then people weren't like messing with the house and stuff.
I actually remember
kids being kids.
Trading some CDs with you, and I actually I started kind of not getting away from rap, but exploring other genres. I remember trading. I don't remember what I gave you, but I remember getting 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral from you.
Yes,
and I loved that album. I still do to this day. It's
and
one of my.
That's when I was like. Because you were the guy who introduced me to music, like other music. And so when you started listening to 9 Inch Nails, I was like, oh man, he's leaving rap, he's going to alternative?
Now just exploring other avenues. I mean, throughout my life, I would always, I'd really been exposed to a lot of different music at a younger age. I mean, I would listen to a lot of the poppy stuff that was on the radio, like Michael Jackson, New Kids on the Block, Tiffany, like.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Let's really talk about something.
So I would hear stuff like that.
I didn't know those were your musical tastes before you started showing up down on Lee Street with rap music.
But I also listened to all the other poppy stuff that was on the radio, and just like whatever was played, even like just 80s pop music, and just all those like 80s just one-hit wonders and stuff like that. But even my parents exposed me to like Chubby Checker, Chuck Berry, music of the 60s and stuff like that. So, because that was really their era music. So I would hear a lot of those like one-hit wonders from that era as well. So I really caught it from a lot of different angles. But for me, when I really first started hearing rap music, it kind of came in waves. I still remember the first song I heard, and I was in It's funny. It was actually at Taco's house in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it was before he lived there. It was the people that used to live there, and I was in their garage, and they had the radio on, and I just heard this beat come on. It was like doom, 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 and it just caught my ear. And it was "Jam on It" by Nucleus. So I was probably in like kindergarten, and that song came out in like 1984, so it was probably right around then. So I would have been like 5-6 years old around then when I heard it. So it's kind of my first introduction to it, but I didn't really have any access to it. I didn't know anybody that was really listening to anything, and rap was still relatively new, and it really hadn't started invading like white suburbia yet at that point. And then like a year later, in like 1985, I saw the movie Beat Street, so that kind of introduced me to like breakdancing, graffiti, DJing and break beats, stuff like that. So I actually I remember getting cardboard, taking it to the park in our subdivision and break dancing over there.
Come on, guys, this is the coolest.
And then that following year in '86, Run DMC came out with Raising Hell. So that really just kind of started flooding the suburbs at that point. Most people were aware of Walk This Way with Aerosmith, but I was actually more into It's Tricky. And I remember watching the video for that in someone's basement. It was one of my first times I ever saw MTV, actually. And then that same year, Beastie Boys' License to Ill came out, and that just kind of continued to flood white suburbia. And so I remember hearing that and listening to that album. And then in summer of '87, I was introduced to the first album I had ever heard that had swearing on it. The kid in our neighborhood let me borrow it, and it was LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer. So I remember him saying something about like a cuss on it, and I remember taking that tape home, and I had just like this little cheap tape player, and I remember just turning the volume super low because my parents were home, so I didn't want them to hear it. I just put my ear up to that speaker just so I could hear what it was saying, and so that was my first introduction to any music that was cussing at the time. And then from there, it was really mostly... I actually bought my first rap album the following year in '88, which was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. So again, just more pop, rap at the time.
And I had some of that around me too when I started out. 'Cause at Catholic school, people loved the Fresh Prince.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
He was a major influence on some people.
Hey, let's say this though: DJ Jazzy Jeff was seriously one of the best DJs back then. I mean, he actually is really out cold.
He still is. He's still touring, and I've actually just watched a video of him not too long ago, and he's still killing it.
Yeah, he's out cold. I mean, and even the Fresh Prince. For back then, I mean, if you go back and actually listen to a lot of his stuff before he started getting into the Wild Wild West and going to Miami and all that crap, he had stuff. Charlie Mack, he's the first out to Limbo, stuff like that. Like that was actually decent stuff back in the day. I mean, if you listen to his lyrics, before he started doing the TV show and all that stuff,
he was a good storyteller. He was a good storyteller.
Yeah, he was.
So no, I mean, got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Did you know that Nas actually helped write "Getting Jiggy with It"?
Really?
Yeah, he was a ghostwriter on that song.
Wow. That's.
You think Will Smith was like, "Listen, Nas, I need some really killer lyrics for this next song. Give me something that's hard, because I'm not hard. I'm Will Smith."
I gotta go back and listen to that now and just think of the mind state of like Nas wrote this and be like.
That was probably a song that Nas had been sitting on for like years that he never wanted to produce, and was just like, man, I know this will work out for somebody else, but just not me.
He pulled it out of his book. He wrote it in middle school.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. I never heard that before.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the first rap album I bought. I was in third grade at the time. It was around like '88. Still playing with like Micro Machines and shit.
Oh, the Micro Machine.
So yeah, I didn't have cable, so I didn't have access to MTV. But I remember going to visit my brother who lived downtown, and flipping through the channels, and I stopped at MTV, and came across Yo MTV Raps, and remember stopping and watching it. Nothing sticks out in my mind as far as what was being played on there, but I remember was like, whoa, this is sweet. So every time I went over there, I always remember looking at MTV and seeing if I could find Yo MTV Raps if that was on. And then around that same time, too, I don't know if you guys remember the show Pump It Up.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was one show that I occasionally had access to. I think it was like played out of Ohio, like out of Toledo. And if I had like if it wasn't cloudy that day or something, and I had the rabbit ears on the TV set a certain way, I could get the channel in pretty decent. So I had access to Pump It Up, but it was only played on like Saturdays at like noon, and I wasn't the type of kid that like stayed inside to watch TV. So
sat around and watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I happened to be inside, I'd catch it once in a while. And then from then on, it was really just mostly listening to pop music again, like Another Bad Creation, Criss Cross, Arrested Development, like just whatever was played on the radio at the time.
Oh, Arrested Development. That was one of the BMG CDs I got.
Was it?
Yep.
3 years, something days, or something weeks, and yeah, I forget the name of that album.
Yeah, there was that one, and then a little later on from somebody at work, I bought off them Zing-a-Lama Dooney. Because I need some time to ease my mind.
I mean, I never really got into them. Tennessee, I loved that song.
I believe our neighbor Steve described to me Arrested Development. It's like thoughtful rap.
It is. It's conscious rap.
That's what he described it to me as. And then I started listening to Tennessee over and over and over and over and over and over.
If you think about it, really, I mean, they were the first ones to really start doing that kind of rap. I mean, something, and now it's a little bit more normal. I mean, you hear that a lot more now, but back then, I remember it was so different to hear them doing Tennessee and all that kind of stuff,
What do you mean that kind of rap?
Well, just like the Southern, I don't know, like the way that they, a lot of their music, like, was actually about something that was a little bit different. It wasn't about, like a lot of the gangster rap and stuff like that was starting to come out. A lot of the music that went from the 80s and then into the 90s with music like, when you had stuff like Tribe Called Quest and things like that.
De La
and then all of a
Soul.
sudden this group, De La Soul, and then all of a sudden Arrested Development came out, and I don't know, like I like a lot of their songs. Some of their songs are a little bit too much for me, but
well, they do a lot of Lord and God references.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of what I was getting at, but I don't want
to. I'll say it.
I didn't want to offend anybody, but
I'll say it.
F 'em.
That I started I started right out in the gangster rap era, which is why I didn't know about just general sort of, is it right to call stuff that came before just sort of hip hop, and then they sort of transformed into rap and then gangster rap?
Well, there was different lanes, and gangster rap is actually a term created by the media. It was really just gangster rap was really just.
Yeah, it does sound, I guess when you say it all these years later, it does sound a little sort of offensive. Like, oh, just because I'm rapping about what's outside, I'm a gangster.
That's exactly what it was. It was just them reporting like that's their environment, that's what they grew up in, that's what they saw, like that's what they lived, or the people around them lived.
It's kind of shitty to refer to it as.
But I mean, no, that's a term most people would think of and associate with it.
So that's the era I started out in. I started right out in, fuck the police.
Yeah.
And so then when there was this whole other world of even more than that, that was really cool. But that's where my childhood heart still lies, is right smack dab in the middle of Throw Records.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of people started out in that era, honestly. I mean, that's still, I mean, I don't know how many weddings, how many parties I've been to. You throw a Death Row record on, and almost everybody knows all the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that, I mean, everybody's just drawn to.
Maybe it's because all the videos that came out back then were always large groups of people singing along, and so everybody was just used to singing along, so everybody still knows all the words.
I think it was just played to death too, though. Like that was really when MTV really started. Like, oh, this thing is making a lot of money. We need to play it. There's also, which I want to talk about in another episode, there's a conspiracy theory out there that gangster rap was actually creatively pushed by a couple of the bigwigs in the record industry as a way to dumb down people in the community. And yeah, I'll get into that in another episode. I've already planned on that, but
man,
that's
fascinating.
It is. The article I read on it is very fascinating. We'll get into that in another episode, though. For me, actually, right around the time that you're talking about, like fall of '92 is actually when I finally dove headfirst into my love of rap music. And the way it came about was actually I went into a Walmart and decided to walk through the music section. Actually, what led me to rap music was Nirvana's album Smells Like Teen Spirit. I bought that, fell in love with it, pretty much all the songs on that album, and I was like, oh man, I haven't been buying music in so long, like I've been missing out. So the next week I went back to that Walmart, and I went right back to the music department. I was like, what else is out there? So I'm walking through the aisles, looking through everything, and they didn't have so many tapes like a typical record store would have. So they didn't have sections of like rock, rap, metal, classical, like all that. Everything was just alphabetical. And I ended up back over in the N section. I look up and I see NWA Straight Outta Compton. So I bought that, the edited version.
Hey, that means you didn't have to have someone else buy it for you. That's great.
Pretty much. Yeah, nobody else had that version. But no, I mean, even though it was edited, like, it wasn't like edited. It wasn't bleeped out. They re-recorded everything. Fuck the Police was actually completely left off of the album, obviously. But I loved the beats and the lyrics on it. Everybody's vocals, like I was just drawn in. It was just like, wow, this is awesome. And I had heard snippets here and there, like over the years or people talking about them, or like I think Wizma had a copy of Eazy-E's album, Easy Does It. I remember him playing like a song for me, but I just never really got into it until then. So that same fall, I just fell in love with it and was just kind of going around the neighborhood like, oh man, and you guys got to check out this NWA tape to all the various people. And our neighbor Brian Motter actually had a box of tapes. And he was one of those people, I think it was just a fad for him. He'd already had all that. So he was like, I'm not listening to these anymore. So he actually gave me all of his rap tapes. So he gave me NWA Straight Outta Compton, the unedited version. So I finally got to hear what I was actually missing, which was just another treat in itself. I got Eazy-E's album, Easy Does It, Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet, Two Live Crew, As Nasty as They Want to Be, and I want to say there was something else in there, but I really kind of got with those couple of tapes, got a good feel for what was out there, especially with Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. It's still like one of my favorite albums to this day.
Hell yeah.
I never really got into Two Live Crew, though. Yeah, I thought it was funny and stuff at the time and whatnot, but it wasn't. Even then, I was still just kind of like, I played it like once or twice, and then it just stayed in the shoebox. It didn't get broken out as much as like Easy Does It, Fear of a Black Planet, stuff like that for me. So that same year, I was in 8th grade, and I had an art class, and we were allowed to use a Walkman to listen to our music while we painted and did whatever art projects we were working on there. And I met another person in there that loved rap music, and so we started talking more about, because he saw what he's like, hey, what are you listening to? And I was like, NWA or whatever I had in my tape deck at the time, which wasn't much. He started introducing me to groups like Cypress Hill. Like, he had the first Cypress Hill album, so Black Sunday hadn't even come out yet, like Insane in the Brain and stuff, so Cypress Hill hadn't even really broke, so he was already listening to like stuff that was most people around Pinckney weren't listening to. And I remember being on the phone with him and hearing him in the background. I remember hearing just like that Duke of, and I was like, what is that? And he was like, Cypress Hill. I'm like, bring that to school tomorrow. So then he started introducing me to some like splinter groups from NWA, like the Lynch Mob, their Gorillas in the Mist album, the older PE albums that I hadn't heard yet, like It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. He introduced me to, even though I'd heard it on the radio before, like Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, but he actually introduced me to like their album We Can't Be Stopped, all their older stuff, actually even before Scarface and Willie D were in the group, and it was still like DJ Ready Red and a couple other guys. I forget their names off the top of my head. he introduced me to like Bushwick Bill's solo albums, Ice-T's albums, even like Body Count, which had Cop Killer on it. Which is funny that same time we were allowed to listen to music, I actually had a copy of Bushwick Bill's album Little Big Man in my Walkman one day, and I went right from art to the lunchroom. And somebody was sitting at the table, and they're like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, "Oh, Bushwick Bill." He's like, "Can I hear that?" I'm like, "Sure." Apparently, we weren't supposed to have Walkmen in school, so principal walks over, confiscates the Walkman, and phone call got made home to my mom. I was like, "You might want to come pick up this Walkman and listen to what your son's listening to." So nothing. There was never ever a conversation out of that, though. Funny enough, which I thought was interesting. Even if there would have been, it was like she was already letting me watch rated R movies by the time I was in like first or second grade. I was renting Faces of Death in like third grade. So I mean, like, I'm getting visuals with these movies. So how are you gonna harp on me about music when it's just lyrics and just sound?
I had to sit and listen to the entire Beavis and Butthead experience with my parents.
Yeah.
Because they were like, "What is this tape you have?" I was like, "I don't know." And so we listened to, the best moment was listening to the song Mental Masturbation by, I think it was Jackal.
Okay.
Yeah, with my parents. And then we listened to Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun by, who was that? Some hardcore. So I'm just sitting there with my parents as a, I don't know, 4th, 5th grader and listening to this lyric go, "Looking down the barrel of a gun." My parents like, "Why do you listen to this?" And I was like, "I don't even know what they're saying. I just bought it. I don't know."
That's hilarious. My first experience like that actually came with when I got my first CD player. I went out and bought MC Ren Shock of the Hour. So I got my first CD player for Christmas, and I went out and bought the CD that day. I was a huge MC Ren fan. He was actually my favorite out of NWA. I had his album Kiss My Black Ass, was like in love with that. So when I saw Shock of the Hour came out, I was like, "Oh, gotta get that." And so I run out, I buy that album, and I come home, and my dad, being curious, like, "Oh, fancy new technology, you got a CD, let me see that thing." So he turns it over and starts looking at the track listing. You have the intro titled 11:55 Intro. Then you have the next track, Same Old Shit. Track 3, Fuck What You Heard. Track 4, All Bullshit Aside. Track 5, One False Move. Track 6, You Wanna Fuck Her? Track 7. Track 7, Mayday on the Front Line. Track 8, Attack on Babylon. Track 9, Do You Believe? Track 10, Mr. Fuck Up. And track 11, Shock of the Hour. So,
and I'm sure it was the Shock of the Hour.
It was the Shock of the Hour for Tom.
Yeah, I don't know why these artists could know that 10-year-olds were buying their albums and they could name their songs a little nicer so we could get away with it.
Yeah, I would have been about 14, maybe 15 at that time. So back to how I got into rap, though. Actually, what's funny, you brought up BMG Music, which I go into next. Summer of '93, I got a subscription to BMG. I did the old, buy one tape, get 12 free. Yeah. So I remember I bought like the Lynch Mob, Gorillas in the Mist, Tupac, Tupacalypse Now, Too Short, Shorty the Pimp, the Trespass soundtrack, Boogie Down Productions, Sex and Violence.
Trespass soundtrack.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. But that actually...
There were some good songs on there.
There are. That actually introduced me to Gangstar. So that following spring, after I got my CD boombox, I actually left, because BMG was a quick thing. That they didn't make you like drag your deal out. It was buy one tape, get 12 free or whatever it was, or 8, and you're done. I joined Columbia House that following spring, and so I could expand on my CD collection. I bought things like Brand Nubian and God We Trust, Boogie Down Productions Live Hardcore Worldwide, Boogie Down Productions Ghetto Music, The Blueprint of Hip Hop, CPO to Hell in Black, Gangstar Hard to Earn, Fifth Ward Boys, Gangsta Funk. So, I mean, I was buying stuff that, like I said, like I knew nobody else was going to be getting. Like, nobody around me had that. There was a couple of people, but not too many.
Nope.
Yeah, and from there, it was just kind of building my collection of albums just by going out to friends and just buying, like, whatever. Group Home, J. Rue the Damager, Gangsta Nip, the South Park Psycho. I remember looking at album covers and just being like, this is weird.
Wasn't he the Southwest Psycho?
No, he was the South Park Psycho. He was actually kind of like he wasn't a ghetto, he was like a Ghetto Boys affiliate. He was a Houston affiliate in a sense, but I remember Bushwick Bill mentioning him, and I was like, and then I stumbled across his CD
I remember that intro. It's the exact same way, and in my head it was Southwest Psycho, but it was from a Bushwick Bill album.
That was, but yeah, and ever since then it's just been head first in, and I still haven't fallen out of love with it. Like, I'm still digging finding those just underground artists that are out there. You got to work for it, but they're there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're still there. A lot of these young cats that are coming out, I think one of the things, you got to think about it too. I mean, it's been so many years of hip hop. It's hard for people to come up with new things. So much has been said already. So, I mean, it's like a lot of the people that come out, even the old cats that are coming back and still are not even coming back, but still there doing their stuff, you listen to them and it's like, man, how the hell did you do 20 years of music and try to stay relevant? I mean, that's difficult to do, and you got these young cats that are coming out there and basically trying to copy a lot of the stuff that they already did, and it's just I don't know, a lot of it just sounds rushed to me and just
totally almost
overproduced a lot. I'm very much I like songs that are just straight up a good beat, maybe a nice hook or whatever, or sometimes just 16 bars just spit with great lyrics is a good thing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
so
there's still a lot of good stuff out there though.
Yeah, some of my favorite songs don't even have a hook.
Yeah.
So it's not even necessary. It's just, it depends what you're doing. Like, I always like a good DJ in the group that's cutting or something in between, like DJ Premier and old stuff like Public Enemy did. Like, I remember, it's funny, like, listening to the difference between people. Like, I'll play stuff for Leah and she'll hear it and she's like, there's not even a chorus. And it's like, you don't need a chorus in every song. Like, everything.
I think that's a lot to do with how the people, the storytelling too. I mean, if you actually listen to lyrics, a lot of people don't listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
They're just listening to the hook, and if you actually listen to the lyrics and hear what someone's talking about, that's what's so amazing about it, is that, man, you're telling a story, by rhyming with poetry. I mean, it really is poetry. And I think that's where a lot of people get the misunderstanding about music, about hip hop music, is they listen to it and they automatically think that, oh man, this hook sucks. And then, to them the song sucks. But if you actually dig a little bit deeper into the song and listen to what they're talking about, I mean, just the fact that they can rhyme words together that you can't say like that, it's crazy. I mean, you have to be a good writer to be able to do that,
Completely. There was actually a study done recently by a group that says that people stop listening up and keeping up with popular music after the age of 33. I myself am over the age of 33. I don't keep up with popular music per se. I mean, I hear it stuff because my wife listens to the radio, so if we're in the car with her and I don't have control of it, so I'm usually kind of subjected to the same songs that you hear on every radio station, played over and 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 over.
Yeah.
So I can't really say. Even back in the day, though, I really didn't listen to the radio too much. I kind of, I loved Snoop Dogg Doggy Style, but like you were saying, that was played to death on MTV and on the radio. I love that album. It's great. I think but it's one of those things I think that was played to death. So I always just went and I dug deeper and just looked for stuff that was not on the radio. But I could say that I still keep up with new music. I'm still buying new albums that are coming out. I'm still looking for stuff, but I'm just not keeping up with popular music What about you guys?
Oh no,
You're not keeping.
No, nothing. I don't. I barely know new song. I mean, like you said, once in a while you hear something and you hear it again, and then you realize, oh, that song came out. Like, it took me forever to figure out what that turn down for what song was. And then I listened to that, and the only reason I got a kick out of that was because of the video, the guy's humping everything.
Yeah.
And but other than that, I'm like, that's literally just a hook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is.
That's Little John, though. I mean, that's really been his shtick from the gate.
Yeah.
I can say for me, like down in Florida where I'm at now, the radio is really bad. I mean, it's just saturated with the same stuff over and over again. So, I like to go on YouTube and look people up, and I just do searches, and I like to watch different ciphers and stuff, people freestyling, things like that, and that's kind of how I find out different people. I've been listening to a lot of like Action Bronson. I like him a lot. There's what's the guy's name? Big Pun's son is really good. I think his name is Christopher something. I can't remember his last name. But,
yeah, I forget. I just saw him on a interview with Sway recently.
Yeah, he's pretty out cold, man. And I like to see stuff like that. I like to see the young guys that are still paying homage to some of the old stuff, and really respecting the game and trying to work it, Then you got stuff like Bobby Shmurda that comes out, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, people love this stuff. I don't get it at all. Like, it just really, that's where when you hear the stuff that people say hip hop is dead, that's the stuff that makes me go, God, this is not good for our culture and the music that we love.
Lyrically, that song of his that was hot, was garbage. But for some reason,
beat.
I love that beat. That crow.
The beat's sick.
That crow and
the beat is sick, but the lyrics are just like, oh, like God, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, No offense, Bobby Shmurda.
Hey, he's locked up. He ain't gonna hear this.
Yeah, but he's got friends, so with guns. But yeah, I just I don't know. I see, it's like I still enjoy going back and listening to old stuff. I like new stuff. I like following old cats that are still coming out with stuff, and I think a lot of people think a lot of these older guys aren't even doing stuff anymore, like like people like Scarface, people like groups like Cypress Hill and stuff. Like, these are all, they're still coming out with music, and it's crazy. I mean, and if you listen to it, it's actually still really good, solid stuff. And the best part about those guys is, they still have their studio albums that come out in the store and try to make them, millions of dollars. But the real thing for an MC, someone who's on tour doing the work, is that when they come out with these mixtapes, that's the craziest part about them, is that they're putting these mixtapes out just to put more music out because they're so addicted to going to the studio. And some of these guys probably have catalogs in the studio that we'll never hear, because they have so much music. But you hear some of these mixtapes, and it's cool because they can do whatever they want to on mixtapes. They don't have to worry about sampling rights and all that kind of stuff. They just go out and just do whatever.
Yeah.
And it's really good stuff. It's really solid music. So that's really where I'm at with it.
Well, I think with now too is the whole thing is, I mean, even back in the day when music was at its height as far as album sales, which I think really started dying off around the time 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out, but I mean, they're not selling anything nowadays.
No.
What did I just hear the other day? Which album came out? Something came out big, and I mean, they did like 220,000 the first week, which is, I mean, if you think about back in the day, there were some artists that sold 1 million plus that first week. So they're not making anything off back then they weren't even really making much off the albums. It was always about touring and merchandise, and that's still true today.
Oh, yeah.
So I think with the whole mixtape thing and also with the, just the avenue that we have nowadays with everything online and just the ease of access. It's easier to stay relevant that way and then just continue to tour. So like you were talking about Scarface, he's actually got a new album coming out here this summer called Deeply Rooted.
Yeah.
I'm actually about to see him in 2 weeks. So
that's sweet.
Live, yeah, I'm geeked for that.
And you figure Scarface is what, probably 40 something?
Yeah, he's getting close to 50, I gotta assume. He's up there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and still coming out with lyrical content that will blow half of these chumps out the water that you hear. You know, that's crazy. I mean, it's like you can't make up that formula. That's someone who's an artist that has worked their life trying to, you know, come out with good music for people to hear, and obviously their fan base sticks around because they know, man, I can buy this album and I know it's going to be a solid album. I know it's going to be, you know, pretty good. You know, I got a good example of someone who I absolutely love. Think he's one of the best artists ever. But I was listening to an Ice Cube song just recently, and it was with, I think it was Ice Cube and Red Foo was from.
You're kidding me.
Group. Yeah.
You're kidding
me. So I'm listening to this song, and I'm like, this is the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
Red Foo's from LMFAO.
That's it, yeah. LMFAO, Ice Cube, and 2 Chainz. That's what it was.
Oh, my God.
And, I mean, this song was just so bad. It was, you know, it was something like Drop It Down. I don't even know. It was something about asses shaking, booties jiggling, that type of stuff. And I listened to this song, and I'm just like, oh, my God, Ice Cube, what are you doing? Like, this is garbage. You know, and every artist, I mean, you know, from Snoop Dogg to Dre to Tupac to everybody's had some albums that were a little like, you know, questionable. But I was just like, man, I was really taken back by this song. Because I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you could still be coming out with solid stuff. Why are you doing this? And it was funny because I was reading all these blogs, and people were just like, just butchering him, you know, like, oh my God, what happened to you? You know, you sell out, and blah, blah, blah. And he actually posted a video, and this kind of it kind of brought me back to, you know, loving him and his music and how he does stuff, because he looks up at the screen and he says, hey y'all, you know, I know you guys are mad about this song that came out. He's like, don't worry, it's just one song. He's like, you know, if you want gangster stuff, go back and listen to my old stuff. And he was like, and I'm still going to be coming out with gangster shit, and it's not going to change, you know. And it kind of made me think, you know what, this guy is just doing this just so he can make more money. And unfortunately, at that point in your career, that's kind of what it's about, you know. I mean, you've been doing it for 30-something years.
What else do you have to fall back on?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, this guy's made money forever. He's talked about everything you can think of, you know. So I guess eventually some of these artists are just like, we'll see what I can do, you know, just kind of go and work with other people and see what they do and, you know, what comes out. And I'm not gonna lie, that is by far one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. You know.
No, I agree.
See, I would have thought Ice Cube hit that point back during the Players Club era.
What's that? That's funny when you were starting to talk about the booty shaking like topic for this latest song, and the first thing that popped in my head was "We Be Clubbin'."
We be clubbin', everybody takes them.
And that was probably one of his biggest songs too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, mainstream songs. That probably is one of the songs that brought him, you know, when you think about it, all the stuff that he's doing outside of music that probably helped him out with a lot of that, you know. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's crazy with music because, you know, you hear a lot of people talk about, you know, there's no real hip-hop, this hip-hop's dead, blah, blah, blah.
It's there.
But, man, it's there. It is. I mean, there's really good stuff out there, and you just have to do a little work and don't be led by the radio, because the radio is going to play the same songs over and over again. And even if you hear a song by an artist on the radio, they might have 5 or 6 different songs on their CD that are even better than the one that's on the radio that actually deserve a listen. You know, that maybe because they're a little bit better of a song than the airway one that you get jammed down your throat.
Well, luckily we have a podcast where there's a couple of really smart guys who know a lot about rap music who could recommend new rap music.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, and that's kind of what I was going to go into next. Was I kind of like for us each week to kind of bring a song to the table that we could play, maybe discuss a little bit.
Specifically, a new one.
Just whatever. It doesn't have to be anything new. Just whatever. If there's something you want to introduce, maybe something I want to introduce you guys to, or just anybody that's possibly listening to the show.
Kind of that old liver when you would come down to the street with a new tape.
It could be that. Actually, something I'm bringing to the table tonight is something more recent, but from an artist that's been in the game for a little while. I was going to play Rascass and Apollo Brown's Animal Sacrifice off their album Blasphemy, which came out late in 2014.
Downhearted and blue. Yeah. Let me kill this beat, Apollo. Watch me slay it go. Witness animal sacrifice. I bar up, won't none of y'all rap tonight. Go. Killer, kosher, halal. Bow down, princess, you love my style. Go. Witness animal sacrifice. I bar up, won't none of y'all rap tonight. Go. Killer, man down. Coming for every single spitter for the motherfucking crown. Day one, niggas knew the kid was a problem. Exploded out the Austin, bombing the Green Goblin, a Team King mobbing. Wake up till I put rappers to sleep. Swearing Tech used to beat me to eat. Every single rapper West Coast to the East, force they throats to leak. That shit goes to beat. I'm at least top 10 breathing on land. Me, yo, Dylon raps, I got skills like Lee. Which Lee, any Lee, choose two. Spike Lee, Bruce Lee, Stan Lee, tune. From Street Fighter 2, with the fireball shoe. Study the best bars, old school to the new. A student of the flame, KRS, Big Daddy Kane, Ice Cube, Scarface, and Trench through my veins. They influenced Tupac, he and Biggie became brothers, and them niggas influenced each other. You ever spit a perfect one-take verse on the Primo track? You ever get Dr. Dre's top 5 in rap? Cats can't even spit a 16 at a rap show, but going on a rap tour make me not wanna rap no more. I got raps galore, blacks is whores. When Grammy for best album, fucking go to Macklemore. Whack the shore, how you get a big check? Start worshiping Baphomet, that's why I slash your neck. Watch me slay it go. Witness animal sacrifice. I bar up, won't none of y'all rap tonight. Go. Killer, kosher, halal. Bow down, princess, you love my style. Go. Witness animal sacrifice. I bar up, won't none of y'all rap tonight. Go. Killer, man down. Coming for every single spitter for the motherfucking crown. I am a phenomena. I'm in raw rhyming and I'm in a carry pig's blood at the prom state of mind. Pants one leg at a time. I put on both legs at the same time with a rhyme. This friendly competition unless your bars suck. Use ghost riders, unsportsmanlike conduct. Same drama since 84. Nigga claim me the king cause heavy play on radio. Now how the illest MC debate should go. Erase the beat, bar for bar, I'll rape your show. No industry politics, I'll take your dough. Give us the same opportunities, I'll break you, bro. Burn your compound down like it's Waco, yo. I don't believe the media or Wikipedia. I travel to niggas.com. Expedia to see the immediate origins of patterns and bars. Jazz, so we got Jigga, G-Rap, we got Nas. I study the solo and cruise of rap gods. Wu-Tang, Outkast, Locks, and Def Squad. Black Star, Black Hippie, the Black Rob. Ask him and Royce, I suggest you do the math. Even before Aftermath, Rascass was the path. I created the lane, West Coast lyricist, they Hendrix. I'm Kendrick before Kendrick. Let it go. Witness animal sacrifice. I bar up, won't none of y'all rap tonight. Go. Killer, kosher, halal. Bow down, princess, you love my style. Go. Witness animal sacrifice. I bar up, won't none of y'all rap tonight. Go. Killer, man down. Coming for every single spitter for the motherfucking crown. Dropped a few mixtapes, relax, little nigga. Gotta pay dues to be a true spitter. Got a couple hit albums, congrats, little nigga. Consistently bar up to prove you a spitter. Dropped a few mixtapes, relax, little nigga. Gotta pay dues to be a true spitter. Got a couple hit albums, congrats, little nigga. Consistently bar up to prove you a spitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of offer up an oldie to the game, I guess, from Cypress Hill. Be Real. who's still coming out with jams today. He's got this CD. It's a little bit older now, but it's called Smoke and Mirrors, and the title track actually called Smoke and Mirrors. It's a solid album, really good. Check it out.
In the hood, can you tell me? Hit me with the truth, motherfuckers, don't sell me. Cause I can see a lot of things wrong with the city, and nobody's trying to fix nothing. All of our choices are shitty. People starving in the ghetto and the rich get richer, so we hustling for the paper. You get the picture. My homie, he caught 10 trying to feed a seed, and nothing supersedes a man's will to succeed. So we bleed and shed tears looking for something better, but nothing is guaranteed in this life we living. Ain't nothing given, gotta earn your money in stripes. I can't sleep at night, what I'm doing ain't right. I can't never let my guard down for nothing in life. Your enemies see your weakness and you look right, and they don't care about you or what you're leaving behind. You slip one time, you a victim of crime.
Up against the trials of life, sometimes it ain't right. Through all of my pain and strife, I'm focused upon the light. Though I may lose my way, I'm up for the fight, in hopes of a brighter day for children of the night.
You know I hit the ground running from the day I was born. There ain't nothing I haven't seen, I was born with stone. And if I ever have to heat it up, you might get warm. So I urge you to sit it out and just let me move on. I deprived you won't blink, think that I'm a threat. Yeah, you might be right, and if you all comes death by the laws of the street, you know what's coming up next. You ducking from the Glocks and the 6 and text. Where did it all fall? We all used to cash collect. Instead of catching the body, homie, catch a check. Any moment it could be over, your number's up. You become a memory, nobody's giving a fuck. It's no wonder how we cross roads and get divided. There's no compromises and drama arises. The streets got you clutched in the cradle of doom. You get out of pocket, they make you invisible, dude.
Up against the trials of life, sometimes it ain't right. Through all of my pain and strife, I'm focused upon the light. Though I may lose my way, I'm up for the fight, in hopes of a brighter day for children of the night.
The streets are ugly and the world is going through changes. We fighting at home and out here in unknown places. We never know what peace is. We all about war for the money and the violence increases. I never thought about it when I was younger. I never thought about we all just numbers. I only thought about food on the table. I was taught to make moves when you're ready and able. Sometimes you feel alone and you just simply go for self, and you don't care about anybody else. You say, look at that trick and the flashy whip. If I get my chance, you know I'm gonna jack his shit. The world's cold, people sell their soul for money and power, then they seem to lose control. They can't handle the load at the end of the road. They're destined to fall and we just watch the drama unfold.
Up against the trials of life, sometimes it ain't right. Through all of my pain and strife, I'm focused upon the light. Though I may lose my way, I'm up for the fight, in hopes of a brighter day for children of the night. Children of the night. Children of the night. Children of the night.
In a free society, I'm walking down the street, police got the nerve to ask me, where you going? Where you coming? Ain't none of your damn business where I'm going. And ain't none of your damn business where I came from. Fuck you talking about where you going? He gonna ask me, what are you doing here? You go anywhere and ask anybody else what they doing there? You stop and ask anybody else in this society, man, why do you exist? You understand what I'm saying?
Anything you want to bring to the table this evening, Mr. Hatch?
Yes, only because it's been in my head the entire time. Because you mentioned Ghetto Boys earlier. Still.
I love it. Good choice.
Great choice.
I will go with Ghetto Boys Still, because that was the other side. That was the B-side of when I bought the single by Ghetto Boys. It was the B-side that I didn't buy the single for that purpose, but then I started listening to it, and I was like, what is this song?
Did you buy it for The World is a Ghetto?
Yes, I did. I was trying to avoid that. Living in the ghetto.
I actually like that song. Not my favorite Ghetto Boys album overall, but Still is just, my God, that bit, jeez, it's so hard.
Resurrection is the group harder than an erection that shows no affection. They want to ban us on Capitol Hill, cause it's die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers.
All along it was a ghetto, nothing but the ghetto. Taking short steps, 1 foot at a time, and kept my head low and never let go. Cause if I let go, then I'd be spineless. I'm going insane.
I think my mind just goes out of control and touch on subjects motherfuckers read about. I touch on the shit that they be leaving out. I seen this motherfucker's non-smoking. I seen the same nigga with the nine die with his eyes open. And simply what this means is he didn't know that every dog had his day until he seen his. I bet you motherfuckers will too, because it's die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still.
I think it's something in the water, man. It's gotta be in the water.
Oh, fuck! Chuck's on a killing spree again with guillotine for men. I walk around town with a frown on my face. Fuck the whole world, finna catch a murder case. The murder rate
may increase if you're caught up in the world while it's dying. I guarantee you fright, cause I am on the verge of knocking motherfuckers out for no reason. Once I get down, there'll be no breathing. It seems when motherfuckers wanna calm down, put his palm down. Seems like I still lay the law down. Now it's all right. What you wanna do? I'm asking you. Stuck to face, I'll break your ass in two. Bastard you, rather swim in some fucking hot tar before you fuck with Willie D, cause what I got for your ass will make your shit your meal. Cause it's die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still fool.
And then we find ourselves in the middle of real life.
How many niggas brought their eyes tonight? How many niggas wanna ride tonight? Pick out our victims when the time is right. We get their ass up off the corner cause they die tonight. For sure, niggas be all up in my mud, but it's a different story when the motherfuckers coughing up blood.
Look him in his eye, cause he has
I bust another cap in his ass and he died. Time
but
and
not
fire.
niggas be shooting the gift like they for real, but when it jumps, they ain't got no murder skills. So Bill just chops them down, watch them fall, and cut their ass head to toe, jaw to jaw.
Draw down, I bet your bitch ass holler, cause I'ma put a hole in your head the size of a $50.
fuck around and get your cat killed, cause this is
Die, motherfucker, kill. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still.
on the motherfucking one. We getting shit done, you know what I'm saying? Ghetto Boys, 1996, the year 2000 and forever. And the shit don't stop until I say it's over with, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
was just so fitting in the movie Office Space.
This is Ghetto Boys for life.
Yeah.
Just destroying that.
I had that, and then when I watched Office Space, I was like, hey, I had that tape.
Yeah. No, I still remember the first time listening to that album. I actually got it from my friend at the time, Mike Grange. He had bought it. Sent it home with me one day in 10th grade, and I still remember laying down on the couch and popping it into this shitty tape player. I used to have some... For being into music as much as I always had just the most terrible boom boxes and tape decks to actually listen to music. I remember listening to Tupacalypse Now and listening to a few songs on there, and then years down the line when I actually had some like decent speakers and stuff and being like, whoa, bass. Like,
this really adds, but at the same time I think bass also destroyed intersections because now you pull up and you're like, all you hear is bass from the car next to you.
Those cars that just rattled and like all you heard was just that fender just being like I remember being in a friend's car that had some subwoofers in the back, and I had to just like lean up to him and be like, dude, you got to turn this down. This is just, it's hurting my ears.
Might have been me.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
So is my home, I mean in a good way, but is my homework then, so I'm going to listen to the two songs that you guys suggested in the next week?
No, we don't have to discuss them. We can just...
just sort of a end of the show suggestion?
Sure.
Suggestive listening?
Yep. We can start discussing them in the future, though. But
I'm going to listen to them, because this is why I wanted to do this, so I could hear new music that I hadn't heard of.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to provide you guys with any new music, but not you two anyway.
The one I suggested actually...
Do a little digging, man.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you never know what you could find.
True. It's true. I'm excited. And I am excited for a future episode where the whole episode we talk about Who's the Man.
Who's the Man? The movie?
The movie with the
tagline
of more rappers than a candy factory.
There were so many guest appearances in that movie. Bushwick Bill was in it.
I'm excited for our whole episode dedicated to that.
Everybody was in that episode.
Exactly. That's what makes it so amazing. You'd never get that anymore.
I think there was like 40 or plus artists and groups in there. Just... Now I remember watching it and just being like... And then years down the line, like trying to figure out like, oh, who is that? Who's, you know, because some of them I couldn't even recognize. Like, I remember watching the credits at the end and being like, all right, that guy's in the barbershop scene. Oh, that's Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. Like, because again, I didn't have access to MTV, so I didn't really see a lot of these videos. That is it for this episode of Our Takes. Jesus.
I think we have the editing power.
Exactly. Well, that is it for this episode of Our Takes on...
That was our take on the break.
Take 3. Well, that is it for this episode of Our Take on the Breaks. We hope you enjoyed listening and enjoy some of the conversation we brought to the table, as well as some of the new music we may have possibly introduced you to for Brian Hatch.
Tell them plug your Facebook page.
No, thanks for interrupting my outro, Dick.
Sorry, I had to get your plug in.
I will get there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely ruined everything.
It's done. We're not doing another one. For Brian Hatch and BK Short, I am T. Vance. Enjoy your evening.
This podcast was produced by B. Hatch Books. bhatchbooks.com. Music for this podcast was provided by T. Vance. Find his music at reverbnation.com/T. Vance. Thank you for listening.
king with the sack of big matches, throwing down with the rockables axe on time. In your mind, see, you gotta book it to your best ability. You gotta funk it up until they knock you down, and when you're bumping up, make sure you pass it around. Come on, let's go to work. We got what'll make your body jerk. Make you throw your hands up in the air, shake your booty and scream, oh yeah, 'cause we are the jam on crew, and jamming on it is how we do the do. We'll funk you up until you book it down. So come on, people, check out the sound. 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 Check out the sound.
Allow me to introduce myself, well, my name is Chili B. And I'm a surefire, full-blooded, bonafide, hot-fucking jam on production MC. If you want the best, then put me to the test, and I'm sure you'll soon agree that I got no flaws, 'cause I'm down by law when it comes to rockin' viciously, you see. 'Cause when I was a little baby boy, my mama gave me a brand new toy. 2 turntables with a mic, and I learned to rock like a Dolomite. Time went by on this God creation. I knew someday I would rock the nation, so I made up my mind just what to do, and I joined with the Jam On production crew. So go crazy, don't let your body be lazy. I said don't stop the body rock till your eyesight starts to get hazy. Clean out your ears and you open your eye. If you wanna hear the music, just come alive. If you don't know how, get ready to learn. Cause Cosmo's taking his turn to burn.
Take the C and O in the C, then you add M-O and a freaking G, add a funky beat, and then what do you see? It's Cosmo D, yeah baby, that's me. I've got the beat, but that's oh so sweet. Without me rocking, it's incomplete. So rock this yo, rock that yo, rock on and don't you dare stop. You rock this, rock that, and that's a fact. For the Jam On crew, rock your body right, rock the steam up the motor right off the track, and the whole wide world of funk attack. To the beat, yo, get down. Let me rock it to the rhythm of the funky sack. From hill to hill, from Z to Z, and when Jam On's rocking, everybody screams. I jam on it, jam on and on and on and on it. And if you're feeling like you wanna dance on that, then go on ahead and blow it. 'Cause jamming on is what we do best. It's what separates us from the rest. And if you don't think our crew's down for real, let me tell you what happened to the man of steel.
Say Superman had cut it down to see who he could rock. He blew away every crew he faced until he reached our block. His speakers were 3 stories high with woofers made of steel. And when we brought our set outside, he said,
Real. He said I'm faster than a speeding bullet. And when I'm on the set, I don't need no fans to cool my ass. I just use my super breath. I can fly 3 times around the world without missing a beat. I socialize with X-ray eyes and ladies. This is sweet.
and then he turned his power on and the ground began to move. And all the buildings for miles around were swaying to the groove. And just when he had pulled the crowd and swore he won the fight,
We rock this joint with a 12-inch tape called Disco Kryptonite. Well, Superman looked up at me. He said, you rock so naturally. I said, now that you've learned the deal, let me tell you why I'm so for real. I'm Cosmo D from outer space. I came to rock the human race. I do it right because I can't do it wrong. That's why the whole world is singing this song.
jam on it.
I jam on it. I say jam on it. As day turns to night and night turns to day, whatever time it is, I want to hear you say.
Jam on it.
I jam on it. I say jam on my mama, jam on it. Jam all around and upside down. I keep it jamming to the Jam On production sound.
Jam on it.
I jam on it. I said jam on it. I said jam on is the funky beat that takes control with the short sharp boogie that'll rock your soul.
Jam on it.
I jam on it. I said jam on it. Get out of your seat and jam to the beat, and don't you dare stop your early morning. Jam on it.
Jam on it. Jam on it. Jam on it. Jam on it. Jam on it. Jam on it. Yeah, like, did you see where he went in the corner and he started doing this?
my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky.
I met this little girlie. Her hair was kinda curly. Went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave real early.
These girls are really sleazy. All they just say is please me, or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. How is it, babe?
It's tricky.
It's tricky to rock around.
That's right, on time. It's tricky. In New York, the people talking try to make us rhyme. They really hawk, but we just walk because we have no time.
And in the city, it's a pity, cause we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. How is it, D? Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. Tricky, huh? When I wake up, people take up mostly all of my time. I'm not singing, phone keep ringing, cause I make up a rhyme.
I'm not bragging, people nagging, cause they think I'm a star. Always tearing what I'm wearing, I think they're going too far.
Oh, girl and Carol follows Daryl every gig we play. Then she dissed her and dismissed her, now she's shocking Jay.
I ain't lying, girls be crying, cause I'm on TV. They even bother my poor father, cause he's down with me.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. How is that? Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. We don't use drugs,
but you assume
on your own.
They offer coke
and lots of dope,
but we just leave it alone.
It's like that, y'all. But we don't quit.
You keep on
rock shot, cause this is it. His face in the sand, not the last mafioso, I'm a MC cop. Make it say go LL and do the what? If you think you cannot rap me, yeah boy I bet, cause I ain't met a motherfucker who can do that yet. Trendsetter, I'm better, my rhymes are good. I got a gold name plate that says I wish you would. And when battle begin, then I gotta join in. And before my rhyme is over, you know I'ma win. Cool J has a rhyme, so you better make way. Ask anybody in the crowd, they say the kid don't play. Sport competition, that's my hobby and job. I don't wear disguise because I don't hold the mob. Got a pinpoint rap that makes you feel trapped. So many girls on my jock, I think my phone is tapped. I'm bad. Cool J. Cool J. Soldier at war, I'm making sure you don't try to battle me no more. Got concrete rhymes, been rapping for 10 years, and even when I'm bragging, I'm being sincere. MCs can't win, I make them rust like tin. They call me Jaws, my hat is like a shark's fin. Because I'm bad as can be, got my voice on wax. Some brothers think he's making records, now he must have relaxed. I couldn't, I shouldn't, and it'll stay that way. The best rapper you've heard is LL Cool J. Kamikaze, take a look at what I've done. Used to rock in my basement, now I'm number one. serious, I'll crush you like a jelly bean. I'm bad.
Suspect was last spotted with 3 other members of his group. A Bobcat, a EL, and a Country. They are extremely bad, so keep your eyes open. Use extreme caution.
I eliminate punks, cut them up in chunks. You assume you heard me, and your ego's drunk. I'm devastating, I'm so good it's a shame. Cause I eat rappers like a cannibal, they call me insane. I'm as strong as a bull, of course you know I am full. I enjoy what I'm doing, plus I'm paid in full. Not buckaroo banzai, but bust it out as I say the kind of rhymes that make MCs wish that I die. Never retire or put my mic on the shelf. The baddest rapper in the history of rap itself. Not bitter or mad, just proving I'm bad. You want a hit, give me an hour plus a pen and a bag. MCs retreat, cause they know I can beat them and eat them in a battle and the ref won't cheat them. I'm the fast, taking out all rookies. Don't forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. I'm bad. Cool J. Cool J. Cool J. Cool J. Never, ever, no, never wearing no Levi's. Battle me, why try? I'll treat you like a stepchild, so tell mommy bye-bye. Spoiler in MCs and I'ma never get whipped. When I retire, I'll get worshipped like an old battleship. LL, I'm bad. Other rappers know when I enter the center, they say, yo, there he go. My paycheck's large, Mr. Bogart in charge. Not a punter or a hunter from a raccoon lodge. The original Todd, teaching how to be hard. Take the skin off a snake and split a pea from a pie. You're a novice, I'm noble, and I dissect for my tongue. Not Attila the Hun, gun or Abdullah his son. My vocals exact like rack and pinion in a jag. You try to brag, you get your rhymes from a grab bag. No good scavenger, catfish, vulture. My tongue's a chisel in this composition sculpture. I'm bad.
Think I'm gonna need backup. I think I'm gonna need backup. Give me that porky porky. Yo, this is LL Cool J, and you'll never catch me, so don't even try it. I'm too bad for ya. Understand?
I'm bad.
Radio, TV, and even the press say what's the meaning of VAPORS. The meaning of this word, without no doubt, means nobody wanna be down when you're down and out. Now when you're established and got a lot of money, everybody wanna be your buddy and honey. Like tall buildings they call skyscrapers. And you feel it. Nothing can save ya, but this is the season of catching the vapors. And since I got time, what I'm gonna do is tell you how they spread it throughout my crew. Well, you all know T.J. Swan, who sang on my records. Make the music nobody beats the biz, well, check it. Back in the days before this began, he used to try to talk to this girl named Fran. The type of female with fly Gucci wear, with big drug jewelry and extensions in her hair. When Swan tried to kick it, she always best talking about, baby, please, you work for UPS. Since he wasn't no type of big drug dealer, my man T.J. Swan didn't appeal to her. But now he trucks stolen with fly belly boots, rough leather fashion and tough silk suits. Now she stopped fronting and wants to speak and be coming to all the shows every single weekend. To get his people number, she be begging please, dying for the day to get skis. She caught the papers. She caught the papers. She got the baby. She got the baby. I got another partner that's calm and plain. He goes by the name of the Big Daddy Kane. The mellow type of fellow that's laid back. Back in the days, he was nothing like that. I remember when he used to fight every day. What grown-ups would tell him, he would never obey. He wore his pants hanging down and his sneakers untied, and a Rasta-type Kango tilted to the side. Around his neighborhood, people treated him bad and said he was the worst thing his mom's ever had. He said he would grow up to be nothing but a hoodlum, or either in jail or someone would shoot him. But now he's grown up to their surprise. Big Daddy got a hit record selling worldwide. Now the same people that didn't like him as a job saying, can I borrow a dollar? Ooh, you're a star now. They call the papers. They call the papers. Dance, come Master Cool V. He cut, scratch, transforms with finesse. And all that mess. I remember when he first started to rock and try to get this job at a record shop. He was in it to win it, but the boss fronted said, sorry, Mr. Lee, but there's no help on it. Now my cousin on, still try on and on and on to the like break of dawn. To get this J.O.B. in effect, then they look right past him and be like, next! Now for the year of the age of 8, Cool V is making dollars, so my cousin's like straight. He walked into the same record shop up before, and the boss be like, Vaughn, welcome to my store. Offering him a doll, but nah, he don't want it. Damn, it feels good to see people up on it. Cause I remember one, at first they wasn't. Nah, guess what they caught from my cousin? The Vapors. They caught the Vapors. They caught the Vapors. They caught the Vapors. I guess I gotta talk about me. Check it out. Last subject of the story is about Bismarck. I had to work for mine to put your body in park. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be down with a lot of MT, DJ, and crews in town. Source crew on Noble Street, I said, can I be down, champ? They said no one treated me like a wet food stamp. After getting rejected, I was very depressed. Sat and wrote some deaf doodle rhymes at my rest. When I used to come to parties, they make me pay. Would have to beg to get on the mic and rap that day. I was never into girls, I was just into my music. To act like I wanted to keep it instead of trying to use it. But now things switch without belief. Yo, biz, do you remember these from Noble Street, Chief? We used to be down back in the days. It happens all the time and never cease to amaze. They caught the Vapors. Yo, they caught the Vapors. They caught the Vapors.
Yo, I'd like to tell everybody, this is a true story.
They caught the Vapors.
Those damn cops! Those damn cops!
Everywhere we go downtown or to a show, we have two necessities: Charlie Mack and our limo. Feared by suckers and he's loved by kids. Pay attention and let me tell you who Charlie Mack is. Here's our homeboy from around the block. He's regarded through the city as a hip-hop cop. Height about 6'6", weight about 290. Everywhere I go, Charlie Mack is right behind me. He never laughs, never smiles, no sweats. He doesn't break arms or legs, only spines or necks. He once killed a man cause he would not let go of his ego. Apollo Creed is a sucker, Charlie Mack could be Drago. He could bench about 300 pounds. The cops all take a vacation when Charlie's in town. He's the toughest around, so everywhere that I go, he goes. He's Charlie Mack and he's the first out the limo.
Those damn cops! Those damn cops! Those damn cops!
I guess you're wondering why he's the first out the limo. Yo, let me give you this bit of info so you'll know the things that Charlie can do, and you'll know every single reason why he's down with the crew. The limo picks us up about 6:30 with the radio blasting our latest hit. It's me, Jeff, Freddie Rock, Omar, and JL. Charlie Mack is up front as we depart the hotel. First we cause chaos throughout the city streets, then maybe stop at Burger King for a bite to eat. And if somebody gets stupid while we're in the place, Charlie cancels his order and bites off their face. He's not a troublemaker, in fact, he's a trouble breaker. And if somebody gets done, well, it'll only take a second or two. After some full snaps, law and order is restored by my hero, Charlie Mack. We're up into the limo and head for the jam. Charlie cracks all the knuckles from both of his hands. And when we pull him to the show, the routine is unrehearsed. It's just natural that we let Charlie hop out first. He clears the crowd without saying a word, man. That's the loudest silence I've ever heard. A lot of times guys test him by trying to bug. He just leaves ring imprints all over their mugs. He's a Terminator, a Hercules of sorts. Man, hell with chest, he likes physical sports. You may not have known before, but now you know the reason why Charlie Mack is the first out the limo.
Those damn cops! 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 Those damn cops!
We'd like to apologize to all of our fans, but please don't touch us when we're at our jams. Cause Charlie don't like folks around us when we're doing a show. And if he punches you, better get Mako. So to you weak rappers whose tempers are hot, just because I've got something that you ain't got. If you wanna get physical, rowdy, and try to bomb me, I won't get excited, I'll just say, yo, Charlie, you should have been calm, you shouldn't
shouldn't have snapped. Charlie only hit you once and now you're taking a nap. And when he leaves you decapitated, crushed in the dust, you'll look up and see your girl in the limo with us. You may think that that's enough, boy, but I think not. Charlie kicked his face again, I think you missed the spot. I roll down the limo window and yell, bon voyage. You'll see your girl butt naked giving Charlie a massage. I'm serious, I'm not joking, don't doubt. You know how many doubters both have been broken. You may not have known before, but now you know the reason why Charlie Mack is the first out the limo. If you're skeptical, you'll probably get beat up, plus get embarrassed and laughed at by all of your friends. And if you cross Charlie Mack, that's the beginning of the end of life as you know it. You might not die, sir, but if you're not dead, you wish you were. But if you still want to bug out, oh boy, let's go. You can run with Charlie Mack, cause he's the first out the limo. No, Sam. He's Charlie Mack. No, Sam. He's the first out the limo.
Listen up, y'all, cause this is it. Forget that old dance and let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. There's a brand new dance and it's coming your way. It was started in Miami by the Get a DJ. Say some call it nasty, but that's not true. Just the only dance that you can do. Cause you need a sexy body, make your partner come alive. If they can't do that, don't even try. So get yourself together and learn it quick. Just get on the floor and throw that beat. When I went to Miami, couldn't believe my eyes. This famous stone wanted me to try. If you don't know how to do it, here's what you must do. Just listen up close, I'll explain to you. Just jump in the air, and when you land, you whine like you just don't care. It's all in the hips, so go berserk and let that do the work. So while it's working, you better start stroking to show your partner that you ain't joking. Cause this ain't a dance from Mother Goose. Better freak your body and turn it loose. Cause when you're on the floor, you don't give a shit. All you wanna do is throw that D, throw that D, throw that D, throw that D, throw that D.
Tennessee,
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 Tennessee.
Lord, I've really been real stressed, down and out, losing guts. Although I am black and brown, problems got me pessimistic. Brothers and sisters keep messing up. Why does it have to be so damn tough? I don't know where I can go to let these ghosts out of my skull. My grandma passed, my brother's gone. I never at once felt so alone. I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. But Lord, I ask you to be my guiding force and truth. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Lord, it's obvious we got a relationship, talking to each other every night and day. Although you're superior over me, we talk to each other in a friendship way. Then out of nowhere, you tell me to break out of the country and into more countries, past Osborne, into Ripley, where the ghost of childhood haunts me. Walk the road my forefathers walked, climb the trees my forefathers hung from. Ask those trees for all their wisdom. They tell me my ears are so young. Go back to whence you came, my family tree, my family name. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan.
Ishi, she went down to Holly Springs. Razadon and Baba, they went down to Peachtree. Headliner, I challenge you to a game of horseshoes. A game of horseshoes!
Now I see the importance of history. Why my people be in the mess that they be. Many journeys to freedom made in vain by brothers on the corner playing ghetto games. I ask you, Lord, why you enlighten me without the enlightenment of all my folks. Instead, cause I set myself on a quest for truth, and he was there to quench my thirst. But I am still thirsty. Lord, allow me to drink some more. He said what I am searching for are the answers to all which are in front of me. The ultimate truth started to get blurry. For some strange reason it had to be. It was all a dream about Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan.
Oh, won't you let me? Won't you help me? Won't you help me understand your Take me home, take me home, home. Take me to another place. Take me
Headliner, oh, I won the game of horseshoes. Now you owe me a watermelon. Let's go climb trees and see who will rise. Do like they do below the border. Speeches hair? No, they look like the roots of the tree the ancestors were hung. But that's okay, get it? Cause he's down to earth. Tennessee? Tennessee? Yeah. Tennessee?
to Tennessee.
From the depths of the sea, back to the black Snoop doggy dog, funky, yeah, the doc went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Long Beach is the spot where I serve my cane. Follow me, but don't lose your grip. 9 tris ain't the years there for me to fuck up shit. So I ain't holding nothing back, and motherfucker, I got 5 on the 20 track. It's like that, and as a matter of fact, cause I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Yeah, so keep out the manuscript. Consider this a must, we drop gangsta.
What's the motherfucking name? It's the bounce of the wild, creeping and crawling, Yiggy gets yo, and Snoop Doggy Dogg in the motherfucking house like every day. Dropping shit with my nigga Mr. Dr. Dre. Like I said, niggas can't fuck with this, and niggas can't fuck with that shit that I drop, cause you know it don't stop. Mr. 187 on the motherfucking top. Tick-tock, now with a Glock, just some nuts in the clock. Robbing motherfuckers, and I kill them blood cops, and I step through the fog, and I creep through the small, cause I'm Snoop Doggy, Doggy, Doggy. Your hands in the motherfucking air and wave the motherfuckers like you just don't care. Yeah, roll up the dank and pour the drink and watch your stank. Cause doggies on the gang, my bankrolls on swole. My shit's on hit legit, now I'm on parole. Stroke with the dog pound right behind me and up in your bitch is where you might find me playing that G thing. She want the nigga with the biggest nuts, and guess what? He is I and I am him. Slim with the tilted brim. What's my motherfucking name?
Dominoes with a nigga and some hoes high
Some niggas came in and tried to take what's mine. Tried to jack, and the bitch played it off. She was in it all along, bitch screaming, what's wrong? I said, what the fuck, the Mac 10 start to bark. I loaded the clip and then escaped through the bar.